Hey guys, I'm Lou and welcome to this video. So in today's video wait, what's going on? I mean wait, there's another signal coming through. What the hell's going on? What?
Louie, you that nerd, you! Yeah, you. Thank God I finally found you. You are the worst navigator in the world. World's greatest detective right here. So moving on from that, I've traveled through cyberspace to get to your computer, like on Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Hashtag I feel old. That's a really great cartoon. It's a really great show. Anyway, I have come here to travel through whatever you call time and space on the computers to give you the collaboration that you need with the four of us. And I do say four because it's Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and me. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the three characters that Rocksteady could give great games to now that the Batman series is actually over.
Oh well, the Themrdarkphoenix, I would be absolutely honoured to take part in a collab with you, so let's go.
Game number 1, Green Arrow, because why not? It will be a great mix of combat and arrow combat. If they've seen anything on the new Tomb Raider game and the Rise of the Tomb Raider, the arrow combat would be basically based on that. And the story is never ending. You can have Red Arrow, you could have Speedy, you could have Black Canary, you could have so many people in that game as a whole. Whether or not it will get sequels is up in the air, but that's definitely one game I would love to see from Rocksteady because that would be a great fun challenge for them to do, and it would be great to see if Steven Senpai would actually voice Arrow again in the video game. But like I said, characters like Deathstroke, Ra's al Ghul, Onomatopoeia, villains like that would appear throughout the game. Hell, we could have an even bigger universe in the game. We can actually have maybe Lex, Damien Dark, Hugo, I don't know, some other people. But definitely I would love to see how their take on a Green Arrow game would be.
Yeah, that's an interesting hero to put in for Rocksteady to make a game out of. Here's my first one. Nightcrawler. Now, this guy obviously is part of the X-Men. He is blue. He's amazing with his sword fighting skills, and he can teleport. Now, just imagine how good it would be if you could sort of teleport within sort of an open world area, sort of maybe some iconic, maybe sort of you're in different locations within sort of the X-Men universe. So there could be one where you're on Asteroid M, there could be one where you're in the X-Mansion, there could be one where you're sort of in, I don't know, I'm trying to think of other X places. I mean, Avalon. It could be in Avalon, possibly. It could also be in Genosha. You know, all these sort of famous X-Men locations, or maybe it could just be a city, like maybe it just could be New York, and the X-Mansion's obviously featured in that version of New York. And I just think it'd be really cool just to have the freedom to just move around anywhere you want. Obviously, Nightcrawler can't teleport like ridiculously far. Like, he can only teleport to what he can see. But I still think that would be a really good thing. And just imagine the sword combat. Like in Arkham City, there's like one bit pretty much where you get to use a sword, and I just apply that to a whole game. I think it'd be just incredible. And just to be Nightcrawler and just to be fighting some bad guys with like a sword, and then you teleport behind them and do that sort of multiple teleport thing where it like teleports to one enemy, attacks them, teleports to the other, and teleports to another before they can even like move. It would just be so funny.
Next up on the game list is Deathstroke. This game needs to be rated R. Not R, M, whatever. This is going to be an M-rated game for blood, for violence, for carnage, swords and staffs and guns. A big ass sword, giant staffs, stuff like that. Violence is the name of this game. They made a Deadpool game. It was great. I loved it. You want to take a darker and serious turn with Deathstroke, but make it fun nonetheless? Go the hell ahead, Rocksteady, because that has got my vote for a definite game. Characters you can add in that: Ravager, Jericho, the Justice League. You can send Slade anywhere. You can send Slade off with the Suicide Squad. You can have a mission where he fights the Suicide Squad, is blackmailed into the Suicide Squad, then gets out. He fights some people. The game pretty much writes itself with the character development. So that's another character I definitely say gets a great list on this game.
As for your second idea for a superhero game made by Rocksteady, I agree, yeah, that would also be cool, but another one that I think would be pretty awesome, and also I think it's one that we deserve, Spider-Man. Now, we haven't had a really good Spider-Man game, in my opinion, since Spider-Man 2 on the PS2, and obviously I think it was on normal Xbox as well. But that game was just like breathtaking. It was a similar sort of open world to that of GTA San Andreas, but obviously set in New York. And even with the graphics and the technology back then, they could still make the city amazing. And I've seen like clips from like the Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2 games, and the actual like world that he's in seems like really like authentic and that sort of thing. And I think if they just took that world and applied better gameplay, and just used how Rocksteady are great at implementing multiple villains into one game without it seemed sort of overcrowded, I guess. And I just think that they could easily sell a Sinister Six sort of, well, a Sinister Six sort of fight at the end. Maybe it could just be following that sort of storyline with Spider-Man. He starts off fighting one of them, then the next one, and then a few of them team up, and then they still can't beat him, and then in the end they have to team up all together, and Spider-Man has, it will test every little aspect. I mean, there could be a stealth aspect, obviously just like a normal just like fighting aspect, a like being high up and climbing and jumping, and sort of an acrobatic sort of test. I mean, there's a few different villains that could fit that mold. You know, they've got Craven, maybe even Green Goblin. Obviously he'd be on his glider and you would have to sort of navigate the city as well as him and fight him. And I just think that would be really like awesome, just for a Spider-Man game that would just be perfect, because I know that Rocksteady spend a lot of time on the games. They get the characters iconic, they get them sort of as close as they are in the comics as they possibly can without ruining the mechanics of the game, and Rocksteady just really know how to do it. So I think not Superman, well, that would be a good one, but you know, Spider-Man, I mean, Themrdarkphoenix is, Spider-Man's right there with you. Don't you agree that he would make that? I think you probably agree that he would make a Rocksteady game incredible.
And finally, the last character that I feel like deserves their own game made by Rocksteady is none other than Dick Grayson himself, Nightwing. Not only could it be set in the Arkhamverse, it could be set in Bloodhaven / Gotham / wherever the hell else you want to send him. Mostly Bloodhaven. One, it would give them new chances to make a brand new city. It could give them chances to add in a whole slew of brand new characters. And Nightwing could have the help from Katana, from Roy, from Mia, from Babs maybe, whatever else you want to do. Whether or not it's part of the Arkhamverse is up for debate, but whether it's in its own world or not, Nightwing is definitely a character that can stand on his own 2 feet, have villains that can definitely do a lot on his own, and a lot of other stuff too. Hell, he could be chased by the Court of Owls, because they wanted him originally. You can have Damien show up, because, you know, of all that stuff. Raish and Talia come back. The possibilities are endless. But this collaboration was very fun, guys. If you liked it, subscribe to my face for more awesome channel stuff. Subscribe to Louie's stuff for more channels on his, and prepare for more collaboration in the future. And guys, always remember that through good times and bad times, remember to geek out and enjoy your lives. And we'll catch you guys next week for another great video.
Yeah, that's certainly an interesting one. I loved all of your ideas. So remember, guys, go subscribe to Themrdarkphoenix. Is absolutely amazing. He's a great YouTuber. He's just a great guy. Go subscribe or you'll regret it, and Batman, Spider-Man and Superman will come and get you. But my final superhero I think would make a good game. It's not specifically one superhero, so I guess it's sort of cheating, but you would only be playing with maybe 1, 2 or 3 of them at once, and that is the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now this is just, I mean, the movie Guardians of the Galaxy. I know there's so many more members, but just stick with the core ones for now. And I just think it'd be really cool for you to switch between the different ones for different sort of situations. Obviously Rocket Raccoon is more of a long range guy. I guess Star-Lord could be more of a like mid to short range guy, and then obviously Drax could be like hand-to-hand combat. Groot could just be Groot, like just imagine just swapping characters and he just literally just shouts "I am Groot" and then starts like wrecking people. And then obviously Gamora is more could be more acrobatic and sort of obviously use like a sword and stuff. And I just think it'd be really cool to sort of use all of those characters at once. Now I know that I think it was rumoured for a while that Rocksteady were doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game where you'd be able to switch between the turtles and use them simultaneously and that sort of thing. But I don't think it ever materialised. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game not too long ago, and it was decent, but it didn't live up to sort of the hype for that, I guess. But I think with the Guardians of the Galaxy, especially with sort of the multi-character combat seen in Arkham Knight, with, you know, you can get Catwoman and Nightwing and Robin and all those sort of characters to join in with you in the middle of a fight. I just think that, say you're Star-Lord, you're fighting against someone, you're fighting against, for example, Ronan, and, you know, you might need a little bit more help, so you get Rocket Raccoon to, like, jump on your shoulder with, like, a rocket launcher, or you get Groot to come in and, like, sweep all the extra enemies out of the way. I just think it'd be really cool, and obviously you could make the game, like, funny, because a good thing about the Arkham games is, because of the sort of villains that they have in the game, you know, the likes of Riddler, Two-Face, the Joker, of course, there's a lot of room for jokes in those games, and it kind of makes it a bit more, it's still gritty and still serious, but it's a little bit funny at the same time, but it's sort of dark humour, so it kind of fits the world. And I think they could adapt that for Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe make it a little bit more lighthearted, but still keep it gritty and still keep it realistic, because obviously a giant plant sort of alien isn't realistic, but the way in Guardians of the Galaxy how it seemed, even though it was in outer space and set on like different planets and stuff, it still felt pretty grounded and pretty sort of down to earth, I guess you could say. Pardon the pun, because obviously that's related to space, but you know, that's just how I think it will go, and I just think that that would also make a good Rocksteady game. So guys, I hope you did enjoy that video. Remember to go subscribe to Themrdarkphoenix. There is going to be another collaboration up on his channel very soon. In the next couple of days I'll be uploading this one to my channel, and then we'll be making another for, you know, his channel, just to make it fair. And thanks for all your sort of, I guess, ideas that you put forward for your video. I did like the way you sort of came in with the sort of, you've come through the internet, you've come through sort of dimensions to come and contact me with obviously Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and I just thought that was really cool, so thanks for doing that. Thanks for helping me out with this video. For the rest of you, like I said, subscribe to Themrdarkphoenix, subscribe to me, leave a like if you enjoyed, comment on who you'd like to see Rocksteady make a game of, which superhero, maybe supervillain, and I'll see you next time guys, take care.